Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dawn and Dreams. It is your lady, Ms.Z. Thank you so much for tuning into another video. Um, if you would, please make sure that you like and subscribe. If this video resonates with you, and comment down below which one you chose, because I do read the stories. Also, if you would like to book a reading with me, you can go to dawnanddreams.com. And I don't know if I might be taking a slight break, but if I do, just come back and check back the next day, because normally don't last long. But as of right now, it's still available for booking. Another thing is, if you would like to order anything from me, you can also find that on my shop page, and it's also at dawnanddreams.com. I sell bath salts to cleanse negative energy. I also sell charged oils for every genre, which is manifestation, ancestors, and also for enhancing spiritual gifts as well. So you can get that online. Check that out. And dream catchers, I'm making those in the shadows. I don't really have a lot out right now because I have too many readings, but I still am making those behind the scenes. So grab those while those are available. That is handmade by me, and it is an original copy. So you do get that signed. All right, guys. So that is pretty much it with the announcements. This is going to be a spiritual reading. Let's go back to the spiritual readings, right? We're going to be seeing what gifts are coming to you right now. What gifts are your ancestors blessing you with right now? Your spirit guides, um, the divine energy, who is blessing you with a spiritual gift at this time? What spiritual gifts are being opened up for you? Okay, I guess you could say, because sometimes things may be closed off to us, and then a month later they're opening up to us. Certain senses around different times, I feel, will open up more depending on what phase you are in life. Now, certain people are just going to be set in the energy no matter what they do. Okay, but sometimes, again, certain gifts can tap in and out based on what time period that you're in. Or you can also take this as a symbolism of what you need to pay attention to as far as your gifts go during this time. So we have three feathers here. A feather represents spirit. So 1, 2, or 3. You look at the timestamps down below. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who chose feather 1, I'm hearing strongly listen. Ooh, okay. There's like for a lot of you, it's going to be inner hearing. It's more so along the lines of what people call inner knowing, intuition. Some of you may have heard some voices. But the gift for you right now is listening. Clairaudient, intuition. I don't really like to label it, because if you label it, sometimes it narrows down the gift, and everybody's different. Everybody's not going to hear it the same way somebody else hears. It might be similar, but most of the time it's unique to the person. Like, you could hear some birds talking just by them little chirping, and that could be a symbol of something. But it's the things that you hear right now that is most important for you to start paying attention to. You definitely need to look at music. Very importantly, I remember somebody asked me about that in my my Instagram. I say ancestor so much. Thank you, ancestors. Okay, my Instagram story, somebody asked about certain ancestral music. That's what it was. And it's pretty much whatever moves the soul and gets you to a level of thinking of your ancestors. So pay attention to certain ancestor music. Some of you might want to invest in looking into that, or having some type of downloadable CD to where you can listen to some tribal music. I love listening to the native flute to bring me to a peace. But it's really about listening. As you can see, he's just sitting there meditating. He's tapped in really to all of his senses. But when you close your eyes, you open your ears. They're saying waiting, it's coming. So something that you're waiting on is going to come within some months. So this is actually a good thing. It means a manifestation of something is coming for you. Let's see right here. This to me looks like when somebody, say for instance, all these other bodies weren't there. This is like a dance ritual, deep meditation of some sort. So when you think that you are not being, well, I'm not going to say you don't think, because some of you already know that when you are being empowered through spirit, when you're channeling, when you're dancing, when you're active, they are around you. I'm seeing a lot of you getting connected to nature. This is also going to be a form of protection for you too. Because I'm seeing some of you are going to be going a different path based off of the people that you're around. Like you're going to be going in a different direction. Like you are personally doing something for you. Going on a different mission of the soul. This could either be to gain more knowledge. It could be an emotional change. But I'm seeing this as being more self-sufficient. But all in all, I would say, one, the gift that's going to come to you, like I said, is going to be something through your inner gut or something that you can actually hear. This is going to apply to you with making certain decisions in your life. And it's also going to apply to you just in the energy of raising your spirituality, raising your awareness. Some things you can't see with your physical eyes. Sometimes you just have to hear your own voice. And this is the voice of your ancestors, of course, but sometimes it's going to be your own voice. You might just hear yourself, but it don't matter. It's still something that they need you to hear. Start taking notice to everything around you. And when you find things that resonate within songs, play the song, play the music. Find things that resonate with you within words. It is a message. And some of you are going to be guided during your spell work. So that's why it's important for you to listen. Okay, so that is that one. Let's go on to number 2. For those of you who picked number 2, let's see what spiritual gift do they want you to pay attention to. What's coming to you now? Ooh, okay. I'm feeling the heart. Somebody's gonna have nothing bad, not a heart attack or nothing like that. But you're gonna feel things. So this is more so along the lines of clairsentient, but it's also along the lines of a person. I don't know if you guys have heard of that type of person before, but sometimes you come across spiritual people who can pick up on the pain of others, And to me, it even goes, it's an empath, but it can even go deeper than that. Okay. That's why I don't like defining or putting a label on it, because it can go deeper than that. It could be like you get a massive headache and somebody in your family might be experiencing something. Okay. So I'm not saying that this is a bad omen or anything like that, because it doesn't necessarily have to be that. But it's a call to you paying attention to the stuff that you feel. Pay attention to your mood swings, because something around you, it could be a message of something that's going on around you. Like if you don't want to eat for today, for some odd reason you don't feel like eating, you just feel like fasting for today, that could be a message that your ancestors are sending you, like, okay, I know you love to go eat out, but today is not the day. Okay, that type of thing. It could also be the other one where you may feel some type of pain or some type of energy in certain areas. Like you may be having knee pain, and then you go to your grandmother's house and realize that she needed, you know, a massage on her knee or something because she's experiencing some pain there. So a lot of you are going to be able to feel things at this time. Your emotions are going to be really high. So you want to try to stabilize your energy with some rocks and stuff. Okay. When I say rocks, I mean rocks, gemstones, whatever, you know. Some type of nature, plants. If you go out in the cold, trees. All right, so we'll leave it there. Okay. Yeah, this may be affected by your diet as well. You actually have the messenger from spirit. You have the card, you know, the messenger of spirit card, like a message is coming in. So this is actually very, very accurate as far as you paying attention to that. For some of you, this is going to be a training experience. I don't think that's going to be as pleasant as I'm making it sound, because for some of you, you know, it could get into that area where you're actually feeling something, like, you know, and it's not, you might experience it for a temporary amount of time, but again, it reflects something else going on in your life. I remember when somebody said, and I can't think of who it was, if you trip up and fall, that might be a sign that, hey, you don't need to get out today. That type of thing. Pay attention to everything that's going on with you personally. And you can also use symbols around you, but I feel like it's really going to affect you more than anything. And there is a message coming through that makes sure that you're giving offerings to your ancestors, or you're renewing your offerings. Okay, it's not like I'm punishing you, because some people be like, oh, I know I've been forgetting about my ancestors. I mean, we can get, you know, caught up in other things, but it's just a message that, hey, make sure you're giving offerings. Because the offerings always symbolize protection as well. It says, hey, I need you. All right, I need your attention to whatever matter that's going on. And what's weird is you have the cards that symbolize that. This is my empath card. It says, I pick up on the emotions of others. So they are not playing games with you in this reading. It's not half resonating. It is. All of it is, really, you know. You have the blue soul. The blue soul represents, this is my definition of what I came up with. It represents somebody who picks up on things very heavily. It's even deeper than an empath because it's the thing, they feel it within their bodies. So this person could be a person that may be very mad, then they turn around and be very happy, then they may turn around and be, you know, in between, very dull. They pick up on a lot of energy to the point that it's affecting, you know, who they are. So this, like I said, this is important, a message to you to make sure that you are staying on top of your emotions and realizing that it might not just be you. You could be feeling one day like, I don't even know what my purpose is anymore. And that may not even be you, because you knew what your purpose was before this day came. But all of a sudden, you just feel like you don't know where you're going in life. And then you might run across a person who tells you that they don't know what they want to do with themselves. And you might have to give guidance there. You have losing faith and depleting energy. Do not let this energy overtake you, because you, like I said, you're experiencing things on a higher level. You do need some type of protection, because you have the keep suffering then card. So you want to make sure that you are laying down your grounds. You are lighting candles to remove negative energy, unseen things from you. It also can decrease the amount of energy that you pick up on. Make sure that you stay in the balance, because this grandmama looked like, yeah, you know, for some people this may seem like a lot, but for me this is something I do every day. So this means that, yes, you know, you're built for this, whether you want to be or not. Okay. And it looks like it's going to open up another door of opportunity for some type of healing for you guys that you're going to be doing for people. But again, it's modesty with your energy, because you have losing faith and depleting energy. So this means, this is another symbolism, because it's on top of this card, depleting energy. So again, when you give your offerings to your ancestors, make sure that, or not make sure, remember that it is a reflection of yourself, so that you're not losing energy, you're giving energy back, a protection over your energy. And set up boundaries as well. Get into your spell work. Okay, there's a lot of messages for this one. All right, so that is it for that one right there. All right, so the last feather. Let's see, what gifts, what spiritual gifts are coming to you now? What gifts do you need to pay attention to? So the first thing I'm seeing is visions. You're going to be receiving a lot of downloads. So this takes me into the dream realm. People who daydream a lot, and think that they're just daydreaming and those aren't visions. They are. They're saying you're not trusting yourself. Okay. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Put it back in there. I also feel like it's going to be something else as well that you're going to have to pay attention to. Yeah, you're getting a lot of things that you're seeing ahead of time. Okay, so some of this is really, really serious. All right, because you have the giraffe, and what does the giraffe look like he's doing? He like he is, and watching out, watching things, seeing things before they happen. Because the giraffe has a tall neck, so he definitely can see what's coming ahead of time before the other animals, and he's probably going to be the one to relay that message by running or doing whatever he needs to do. Right, but the principle is this means that you are seeing things ahead of time, seeing things beyond the normal ratio of your sight. This is also another indicator. Mountains always represent higher elevations of seeing. But they're saying you don't trust that voice. So that means you're going to have to start trusting yourself and the stuff that you have. Basically, your intuition, your inner visions, your inner sight. You have pay attention to your health. Let's see what else is going on. New passion, new energy. Discover what is now yours to take. Let's see what else is going on here. For some of you, this is going to affect your daily life. What this means is your career goals, the stuff that you really want to get into. You could be seeing visions on how you're supposed to plan out certain things for yourself. This represents all of your goals, whether it be to start a business, to do something within your own business, to move somewhere, to get settled in a new environment. Trust the messages that you hear. You are being guided correctly, all right? So whatever you feel like one day, I feel like I'm not supposed to be here. I feel like I'm supposed to be in California somewhere. I don't know. But the principle is you feel like it's time for you to just settle in a new environment. Go with your gut feeling. This means the Queen of Cups represents you are on top of your intuition. She was in the reverse, so that means that you have it, but you may not think that you have it. Yes, you heard those thoughts. You seen those visions. You did it all correctly. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I'm seeing for some of you, you may even get downloads when you are doing spiritual work. Now, this often happens, but I'm seeing somebody crafting something and receiving a download. Whatever you do, whatever way it comes in, take note of it. Because a lot of these future visions, you may receive them related to what you're doing. I want to give an example. So let's say, for instance, you are, you're handcrafting oils and I don't know, lotions. You're handcrafting oils and lotions, and you have an idea that you're supposed to make something else, like some jewelry to go along with this. And you're doing this as you're making it. As you're making that oils and the lotion, you're like, I have this vision that I'm supposed to be doing something else, like making jewelry to add along to my business. And you say, well, that's just a thought, and it'd probably be too much for me to get into anyway, so I'm just going to ignore it. Do not ignore that, okay? That was a sign. It may happen just when you're already doing something currently. I'm seeing this as initiation phase for you as well. Another thing is pay attention to your health. I feel like that is just going to relate to keeping your visions clear, if that makes sense. Because, and I always say this too, because it doesn't necessarily matter what you eat. If you're gifted, you're gifted. People can disagree or not, but like I said, when you have experienced it and somebody in your family that's just psychic, no matter what they do, they can eat a whole pig and they would still be able to tell you in the room next to you. Okay, so I don't necessarily feel that it's going to impede your gifts, but there are some people that are very sensitive, so you can't necessarily the person that can eat pork and they're going to be able to see visions all through and through. There might be a person who is still gifted with sight, but they may not necessarily be able to eat much pork because it has an effect on their body. And everything that we eat, it does have emotions, so you're eating those emotions. So if it was sad and depressed and you eat it, 9 times out of 10 it's going to affect the stuff that you see, feel, and hear. All right, so make sure that you are paying attention to your diet during this time, because again, it could affect your visions. It could send negative energy to you. You may be thinking about, getting a house or something like that, and then you eat some good old ribs, and you're like, I don't know why I was thinking about getting a house. That's too much money. I don't think I can do that. Those negative force field energies are coming through you, right? So you want to make sure that you keep a balanced diet during this time. It's not to say don't treat yourself. It just means be cautious of what you put into your body, because it can have an effect on your mind and your mood. All right. But other than that, this one looks really, really good. So I wish you the best of luck and peace out.